Hello, it's Becca here from the Nurn Play Space along with my littlest friend here, baby R. And today I have got a playroom tour for you. It's been a long time, so I am really sorry for... Oh, let's try that again, shall we? You're okay now? Hey? So, hello, it is Becca here from the Nurn Play Space with my littlest friend, baby R here. And today I've got a playroom tour for you. It has probably been 3 months since I last filmed one of these, but adjusting to life with two has been a little bit of a whirlwind, and however much I love being a mummy to two, it has meant that everything else obviously has taken a bit of a slower time, hasn't it? But yeah, back today with a play space tour. Oh yeah, would you like to talk? Hello. I can't believe that you are 3 months old now. Crazy, that time has flown. But yeah, I am sat here in the playroom and I've just given it a really good refresh for January after Christmas. All the Christmas bits are now away and I've found a space. And I thought that I would take you along and show you what we've got out for January, and fingers crossed I will then be back in February for another kind of rotation tour of what we've then got out in the playroom next month. So grab a coffee if you haven't got one already, or a cup of tea, whatever works for you, and sit down and have a look at what we've got out in the playroom this month. Here we go, so let's start the tour. So our playroom is in our main living space, so I'm currently stood in the hallway, and then out here is the kitchen and dining area. So this is our kind of main family living space downstairs. As you come in, we have got some books. Now these at the moment are winter themed, so there's all sorts of books to do with kind of snow or Arctic creatures in there, and this is then the learning book, the kind of learning journey from last season, just because it's nice to look through together. And then at the moment we've got the Trofast units in the middle in an L shape, and then our two totter and tumble mats underneath. I've got a couple of activities set out on the top just as kind of provocations to get started with. So this one here is an elastic band board that I actually just DIY'd from a log slice. We've got a Play-Doh provocation set up, so some snowflake templates to kind of mould the Play-Doh into, and some loose parts in a lovely kind of tinker tray. These obviously don't have to just be used for Play-Doh, they can be used for any kind of play, but it's just next to the Play-Doh as kind of an enhancement. And then on the Trofast units here, we have got some kind of wintry themed resources. We've got some Arctic animals. We've got a tray job here, so this is threading beads onto the right numbers. We've got a lacing or a threading activity on here. And then round here we've got our blocks. Now I decided to take the blocks out of a basket and have them all front facing, and we quite often block build on this kind of floor space here anyway. And having blocks front facing is really, really good because it means that children can then make the choices. I realise that these ones have fallen over. Can make the choices of the exact blocks that they need. We don't have many, but this is kind of plenty for what we use them for at the moment. A couple more jars of loose parts in here, tea lights, which have been a lovely element, adding light to play, especially when the days are all so dark. And then let's just see if there's anything else around this side. Oh yeah, one more tray job activity down here. So this is a kind of cutting activity, so just spare ribbon that we had left over from Christmas. This is a nice snipping activity. And then this side, so because I've got the units in this L shape, it means that I can then actually use the Trofast unit on both sides, which is really helpful just to get that little bit more storage. So in here we've got musical instruments that we always have out. This is kind of just the bits and bobs basket of all sorts of random things that Mr. 3 uses pretty much every day, those things. His remote control car that he got for Christmas. This basket is actually empty at the moment. Sometimes I don't fill the shelves, but the basket's there in case I then add something at a later time. And then in here we've got play food, and this is kind of like home role play kind of things. So shopping basket, bag, kettle, there's the dog and the lead in there, so I don't have space to set this up, in like a home role play kind of corner, but sometimes we want to use that, so that's in there. Okay, over to these shelves. So we've got our bus on here because we've been using it for lots of kind of counting games. I've actually got a Paw Patrol matching game on here, which, just because, why not? Our sound pots, so these have all got teeny tiny objects in that all begin with the sound on the pot. And we use these most days as well for phonics activities or speech and language activities. We've then got our till, number trays. This has got dice number cards, number trays. It's got magnetic letters in, dice that we use for lots of games. And then again, this shelf isn't really kind of full at the moment. But I've just got an egg box which can be used. It's helpful because it's actually only 10. Lots of egg boxes have 12 holes, but this one had 10, so I thought that was a good one to keep for kind of batty games or just loose parts play. This is left over from our phonics games that we've been playing, so sometimes I just like to leave things that we've done together out on the shelves in case Mr. 3 wants to play again. And then spare magnetic letters are under there. Our phonics bag that I use for all sorts of games. And then here, so this was the new garage that Mr. 3 got for Christmas. I kind of went for a few themes. So I went for car play, I went for things with mechanisms and a couple of other kind of themes for his Christmas presents. And this was one of them. So it actually comes in 3 parts. It's got a petrol station and it's got like a mechanic and a car wash actually, which is really cool. I don't know if you can see on there. Yeah. So it actually comes apart in 3 parts. So that just stacks on here for the minute. And then where we've started our sound work, these are our sound cards that we've made together. They're just hanging on the fireplace at the moment, which we never use. But it's just part of the room. We've got our timer up here, which I use a lot. He relies very much on timers. These are just spare bits and bobs that I've got prepped for phonics games and speech and language games. And then our Love Every feelings peg dolls, which sometimes we just use these to kind of talk about how he's feeling or how I'm feeling, and actually we found them to be quite useful. Okay, in fact, if I go over here, this will show more of Mr. 3 stuff before I start on babies. So over here we have got our Fliss that table? That is right, isn't it? Yeah, Fliss that table. At the minute it's just got some artificial snow in it, and our light panel next to it is kind of like a complement together. I've actually started kind of building an igloo with these plastic ice cubes, but obviously he can do whatever he wants in the light tray, often uses loose parts or animals, and then some snow again for kind of small world play. Books. I always make sure I put books all around the room, not just in the bookcase as well. So this is the snow one out at the minute, which we've been looking at. Here's his winter learning journal for this season. So all of our pictures and things that we do go into there. I picked up this little writing tray. It was actually outside a charity shop for free, which was amazing. So it's just got some kind of wintry things in here. So special stickers. He's loving drawing on this LED pad at the moment. He's really into writing cards and letters to Santa. So we've actually still got some Christmas cards and things left in here that he likes kind of mark making in. These are kind of Christmas cutters again. Although it's Christmassy things, he's still very much talking about Christmas, and you know, Christmas comes up a lot in the things that we're still talking about. So yeah, it doesn't matter that they're still Christmas ones, but they're just little paper cutters that then cuts out the shape, which he loves. And they're so tiny as well, which I think is just kind of magical about them. And different scissors. We're loving cutting skills at the moment, so these ones make different patterns as you cut. And then just pens and bits and bobs in here. These are cutting strips. As I said, he loves cutting, so these are just some snowflake cutting strips. Normally I'd put those on a tray, but actually the scissors are on one of the cutting trays over there, so I just popped them here for now, but I probably will find a home for those. And then these 3 drawers here have got spare paper and notebooks in. It's got, oh look, dinosaur stamps, which were a new Christmas present, but envelopes. These actually shouldn't be in here. Normally there's stickers in here. And then the bottom is often stamps and watercolours, which reminds me that I need to swap out those stamps for the new dinosaur ones. so I'll do that at a later date. And then underneath here we've got our peanut ball, which we just have so that we can have a bit of kind of movement downstairs. And then if I turn round, through here is our kind of kitchen and dining area. We've got the art easel set up at the moment, which we haven't had out for a while. Let me just open the doors and show you. So I've literally just set it up just next to the doors here. Paper, and then I've just put out paint sticks, which I adore. These, is it Little Brian or Little Brain? Little Brian paint sticks, they're amazing. And some dot stickers, just because. This over here, I've got headphones hung up here just because you never know when you might need noise cancelling headphones. This is just our little potty area because we actually don't have a toilet downstairs. So even though he is kind of toilet trained, it's helpful having a potty still down here. This basket normally has pants, nappy bags, nappies and wipes and toilet roll and all sorts of in it, but it's actually empty at the minute. That's one of my jobs today, is to fill that up. This is the very attractive, aesthetically pleasing shelf. But this amazing crane was one of his Christmas presents. It has a functioning, it lifts up, it moves forwards and backwards, it spins round, it's amazing. But obviously it's quite large. And this Paw Patrol tower, I don't normally go for buildings and things, but he is Paw Patrol obsessed at the moment, and we were given this for free. It actually, as you can see, it actually doesn't have all of the parts to it, so it doesn't have the slide that goes around it, and it's actually missing one of the feet. But as I said, it was given to us for free, and he thinks it's the best thing ever. So it has a place in our home at the moment whilst we are Paw Patrol obsessed. Down here, he got a new massive set of magnets for Christmas. That was his kind of main present from Father Christmas. So we have got an amazing selection now of magnets, which we do sort by we do sort by shape normally. Again, just a bit like the blocks, having them all front facing and having the shapes on view, it means that then children can just choose exactly what shape they need for their building. Mr. Three's daddy loves also putting it in colour order as well, which isn't necessarily necessary, but it does make them look very pretty. But normally we just sort it by shape rather than colour. There's some balls down here which we've just been using if we make like ball runs and things. We don't have the ball run kit, we just make ball runs from the kind of magnetiles. And then this lovely ginormous thing as well, which I thought was half the size when I ordered it as a Christmas present, and instead it is the size of the shelf. So that just lives down there at the moment. But again, a bit like the tower, he loves it, and that's what's important, isn't it? So yes, we do have these lovely huge plastic things in our home as well, but it is all about the joy that they bring. So that lives there at the moment. In here, this is kind of our open-ended play. So this has got characters like Gruffalo and things in there. This is Paw Patrol characters. They've got their own drawer. This is Tracks and Roads. So this Hot Wheels track was something new that he got for Christmas, which has been amazing. He's played with that every single day. And then this is just Way to Play Road, kind of the flexible road and stuff in here. This road actually came with his garage, but it just can live in there at the minute because it's all the same thing. And then Train Track. So his main Christmas present from us was Train Track. So we got new bridges, kind of new engine sheds, level crossings, and the turn, is it a roundabout? Not a roundabout, a turntable. So we now have 2 boxes for Train Tracks because the track and the big bridges don't fit. But his main present from us, rather than Father Christmas, was Train Track. So means that we can create amazing tracks now because we've got a lot more of it. And then this here, this side is our kind of, I suppose it's how we start our day every day, really. So this is the Love Every Weather board. It's very important to him that we go through this every single day. This is our Grimm celebration ring, looking very sad at the moment because it's got no pictures on, no plants, and it hasn't got any of the characters. So we did have all our kind of Christmas little Grimm's characters in there, but obviously we've taken those out now that Christmas finished, but I don't have any to replace it with because they are they're not pricey, but you know, once you add them all up, they do add up to a little bit. So we only get them every now and again. So Mr. Snowman is there on his own at the moment. Under here, this is our just spare timetable cards. So we have, it's not a timetable, it's basically just our daily rhythm. But Mr. 3 finds it really beneficial to kind of see what we're doing throughout the day. So that's stuck on the wall here. This mirror I'm hoping to put up here, and then have another printed thing here about our days. So that's that space is for. Ignore this shelf that's leaving. And then down here are some new resources that I've just got, which is a amazing stretchy tube and some lights. So check out my Instagram soon, because I'll share a lot more about those and my inspiration behind them. And I've just got some pom-poms and balls and stuff to go with those, but I can't wait to show you all that, because I'm really excited about that, so I'm hoping that he will as well. So that's kind of everything that Mr. 3 has in this space. And then of course, not forgetting my other little person, he has a little space in the corner. His Christmas present from Father Christmas was this bubble lamp, which he loves, and it does normally tuck right in so that it doesn't get knocked over, but yeah, it's just quite calming to have on anyway in the background. I love it. And then he got this beautiful flat out bear rug for his main Christmas from grandparents. And then, did I say Christmas? I don't know, from Christmas from grandparents. It's amazing. And then this is just the top of the Love Every Play gym that I've got here. And I've just hung some rattles on at the moment. He's just started kind of grabbing and grasping and batting, so anything that makes noise is good. On here, we've then just got black and white books. This Grimm's roller, purely out for decoration at the moment because he is nowhere near ready to use it, but it looks pretty. The ticket, I think that's how you say it, ticket. Sensory balls, which are beautiful, but we use those a lot for tummy time. And then down here on his shelves, this is all kind of monochrome, so black and white resources in here, nappy changing kit, which is always necessary, and these are all just rattles and bits and bobs in here that sometimes we'll play. He's not kind of really ready for them yet, but we, you know, if he's on the play mat, we'll jangle them and stuff. So yeah, they live in there for the moment, and of course they're in like enclosed baskets at the minute because he can't access them himself. So they'll obviously eventually, once he kind of has toys set out on the shelf, they won't be in those big baskets, but for the moment that's fine. Changing that underneath, but yeah, so that is everything here really. I'll just do a quick kind of whiz round so that you can see the space. So yeah, I hope that you found that really useful. I've missed doing these. Adjusting to life with 2 is interesting and it has been hard, so it doesn't always look this beautifully tidy and calm. In fact, it never does, so this is a one-off whilst Mr. 3 is at preschool. But yeah, I hope that you found it really useful, kind of seeing what we've got out and how I've laid it out. And I'll have to show you our movement room, because we normally, if you've watched these videos before, have lots of kind of growth motor equipment set up in here, like the pickler triangle or a slide or something, but that has actually gone upstairs now. So normally we'd have that in here. That's just reminded me that under the sofa we actually have the wobble cushion and the kind of scooter board as well. So we do have a couple of more growth motor bits under there for when we need them, but most of the time it's kind of very open-ended play down here, which is lovely. Where are you going? Hey? Should we say bye-bye? Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you really enjoyed it and that you found the Playroom tour useful. As I said at the beginning of the video, fingers crossed I'll be back in February for another rotation video. Don't forget to check out kind of what we get up to every day over on Instagram, which is @the_playspace. If you don't follow me already, there is a link normally in the description box. And yeah, click subscribe, turn on those notifications, all of those lovely things. Fingers crossed you'll see me soon. Bye, thank you so much for watching.